do you have favorite fashion designers?
Snap.
Do you have?
I always take that question as if someone is asking me, do you have any celebrity crush? And I'm like, no, I don't.
Hi guys, welcome to Sabatini Podcast. I am your host Koko Tumagute. We are here at Escotini Chill Out, chilling with our very own fashion designer Abby. Please follow us on our YouTube channel named Sabatini Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and click like button. Hi Abby.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing well.
Welcome to our podcast. Thank you for coming.
Pleasure for the invite.
Yeah, please tell us more about yourself.
Wait, I thought probably we were gonna kind of breaking ice and all that, but it's fine. My name is Avi, and known as Mr. Headline, marketing guru, and the fashion designer as well.
Okay.
So, what really Abe is all about? He's all about cutting, all about ideas, all about bringing incentive. What's this? Initiative, good inspiration as well.
Okay.
That's what I'm all about.
All right. So you're a fashion designer.
Yes.
Please tell us more about that word. What is a fashion designer? What do you do specifically?
Okay. For me personally, based on describing the term fashion
Yes.
designer, looking at my path and the way that I kind of tangle towards the word, it's because I kind of come quite far with the whole time, because it all started as a quite a bit of a dream and all that, but
Okay.
I got to a point where I wanted to sell my work to corporates, like companies like TFG, Edgar's and all that. But I remember this one time I was staying in Soweto, and I got to a point where I was like, okay, I've been passionate about selling my work to corporates, but how am I gonna get there? And the answer behind that whole thing was, how about you start your own thing and build it and see if you're really following the term designer, because you kind of categorize yourself as a fashion designer. So if people really vibe with that, people literally love your work and all that, that means you are part of that. What's this category or group or cult? So I kind of built that as an individual. So that's how it all started. I was like, okay, let me just do that. Then I had to kind of work on capital and all that, just to save few money and all that for me to kind of start. Then that's how the whole thing started, and the feedback, I think for a couple of few months it was kind of low and all that, but it kind of picked up, because within 6 months or to 8 months, we already kind of been recognized, kind of at least established and all that, and making money as well.
Oh, making money. Okay, before Siba deep, we want to know about uAB, ne? Your education background. Please tell us more. We want to know about you before Sia deep to what you do now.
Okay, based on my educational background, I can't literally recall few preschools that I went to, because I'm gonna be honest, I can't really recall
Okay.
that. But I went at Binulong Primary School.
Binulong.
Yeah, that's where I went to.
Right.
Then I also, after primary school, I went to uMqhele Comprehensive School.
Okay.
Then I matriculated there 2014.
Okay.
And then I switched, I went to University of Johannesburg. Then to study public relations and communication, which is media related courses and all that. So that's my educational background.
That's your educational
Yeah.
background. So have you worked somewhere, maybe on retail stores or something, before
Okay. Before,
before you do this fashion designer thing?
okay, I've never worked at any, say, retail.
Mm?
No, I never did. But I started, was this my clothing company in 2015. I was doing my first day in UJ. Then that's why I kind of like started the whole thing.
Okay, so you were just focused in
Yeah,
one thing throughout.
throughout, and that thing also kind of like helped me a bit because the course that I was doing kind of like link with what I was doing on headline. So it was a bit of like the same thing, one thing type of thing, and it also kind of like helped me to also graduate in time and all those things. And I never had that varsity life and all those type of things, chilling in campuses and walking around with friends and all that. Cause each and every second that I get, if I'm not in a lecture hall, then I'm probably in downtown hustling and all that, or literally meeting up with people or delivering some products. So that's the life that I used to live when I was in varsity. So yeah.
All right. Tell us about the word headline. Headline. What inspired the title?
Okay.
Where does it come
I know I've kind of like been telling the same story to people, especially when I'm kind of invited like this. Uh, but I always share the same story because that's how it happened. And for me, basically, as I did mention that the whole idea was to sell out my designs, right?
Okay.
Not literally me starting my own thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it got to a point where I was like, okay, let me just start my own thing. If people vibe with it, then probably I'll build a strong background, a solid thing that people can actually believe in. So the term headline, how it came as I was chilling in Soweto and I was designing, just random designing. So on this other day, I remember, I think probably it was on a Tuesday, during the day, then I just came up with a design that was written headline. That was our first logo, the first logo that we did until we kind of like sold our 20,000 units. Then after 20,000 units, then I changed it.
Okay. That's
But
where the name came from.
that's how the name came, because that's the first design that I did for headline. It was just a logo written headline.
All right.
So that's how it all started.
Okay, so what kind of clothes do you design? Do you design outfits for men only or women, or
Okay.
how does it go?
Due to the way I started, uh, as well as looking was this lack of resources and all that. Speaking of lack of resources, speaking of machines, money, do you understand? All those type of things. So I started with streetwear, like kind of like urban streetwear, t-shirts and caps and all that, just to kind of like build up the dream, that goal that I have, just to get like quick. I kind of like call it quick money because that's how it was happening towards my side, to get that quick money. Then I got to a point where now I need to kind of like build a direction. That's why I started like, okay, since I've seen that a lot of people fall more in love into streetwear and urban things and all that, how about I kind of switch it to street sportswear? You can still keep it streetwear, however, also build it up into athletics, build it into sportswear as well. So I kind of like switch the whole direction that you can still make it possible. Uh, and in that perspective, I was kind of looking brands like Adidas and Nike as well. But they do produce urban streetwear as well, but they kind of like build more gross profit on athletic sportswear, which are soccer kits, soccer boots, and all those type of things. So I was like, okay, let me kind of like build it in this way and see if it'll work. And then that's where I kind of like trying to entitle. Then I started putting more effort, putting more putting more cash, and trying to invest in bringing more sport garments and all that. So yeah, that's how I kind of like switch it from having to street sportswear. So headline currently at street sportswear.
All right. Okay, guys, you're still with us. We are here at Esgodini Chill Out. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel named Sebatini Podcast. Okay, Abby, we kunalento ne. Abantu abaningi abanamathalente, especially musicians, fashion designers, tend to have a problem with their family members, like when it comes to acceptance, because normally bonke abantu ba-expect ukuthi when you grow up you must be a doctor, a teacher, whatever. So eyakho ifamily nama-neighbors bakumukele kanjani nesipho sakho nomsebenzi wakho?
I'll love to start probably to talk about family type of thing, because for me that's a close part towards my life and all that. So what my family did towards my craft and towards my talent and gift and all that, I kind of tend to be emotional all the time when I'm talking about this, because I know how supportive they were towards this whole thing, and they've been like always there for me, because
since from day one.
It's not something that they kind of like literally picked up when I started headline, but I used to like draw first, like do animations, do graphics and all that. So I started the whole thing probably was doing grade 2.
Grade 2?
Yeah. So that's how it all started from my side, and they kind of picked that up before I actually did. Because remember there's this one time where they kind of had an argument. They also fought a bit just to trying to move me from the primary school that I was at, and I remember there was this other school at Sandra where they wanted to take me. It was a bit of like an art school. So due to finances and all that, they couldn't do that. And they kept promises that when I get into high school, most definitely would do that. Then as I grew up and all that, I got to grade 7, remember? Then you know that as a teenager as well, when you kind of growing up, you get to be influenced by friends and all that. So I started playing more of soccer than focusing on what I believe in as an individual and what I'm good at. Then I started playing soccer and all that. Then they also became supportive towards that. Because I remember this one time my parents actually bought a soccer kit for the club that I was playing for.
Okay.
So they were like, okay, since you're into soccer now, would love to actually buy you guys a soccer kit, and also just to show support towards me. Then I also got in high school when I remember this one time I came with a letter that the following year I'll go to high school. Then it was written uMqhele Comprehensive School. And my parents kind of had back and forth thing, because during that time uMqhele had never had a good image and all that. So none of any parents would want their children to attend that school.
Okay.
I don't know now, because I don't really literally pay attention all this towards such things. But during that time, that's how it was kind of viewed and all that. Okay. So during that time, I was not longing to art and all that. So They were like, nah, but still, we're moving you to that school. Then I remember this one time, then I was like, but Tembisa High also does offer art and culture type of things. I was like, okay, you rather go to Edenvale or Tembisa High. Then I think a year went by. Then I was kind of like adjusted and all that. Then they were like, okay, we'll see by your behavior. If you're behaving like one of those guys there, then we're moving you. Then I tried to kind of like work on my behavior and all that, because the main reason why I didn't want it to move was because 80% of my friends were there. So when you're still young, you only think about friends. You don't think about what your parents actually believe in you or literally paving for you or planning for you. So that's how I ended up at uMqhele Comprehensive School. So then when they did the high school years, then I think when I was doing grade 10, that's where the whole love thing started coming back again. Then I remember talking to my older brother, was like, when I matriculate, I want to focus more in public relations, which are media studies and all that. Then he was like, but none of people, let's say from our location and all that, does those courses and all that. How you gonna get job and all that? Then he also went. Then he came back with a whole pack of notebooks and all that. Then he was like to me, "This is the course. Just check how big it is, how wide is it, how diverse it is." Then I just went through the whole thing. So when I'm in school, we're trying to explain to friends and all this and a few teachers. Then, but none of them had an idea what's PR and all of them. But I had that hope and believe that one day when I matriculate, I just want to do this. Then go to a point where I matriculated, then I did PR. Then when I started doing PR, I think before I actually graduated, like even now, if you can check, if you need to, let's say, qualify for that module or for that all the whole course and all that, it's either you need to be a preferred first entrance or you have higher marks, because now like, literally everyone, they want to be into media and they want to be famous and all those things. So that time when I went to that whole thing, it wasn't really about that, but it was about sharing what I have and what I believe in with the whole world, and also to bring the change that I believe that one day there's a specific change that I will bring in life. Then I got to a point where I started headline and I really made a huge impact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you attended any fashion shows?
I did, and
You did. Please tell us more about the experience.
okay. Speaking of experience, I remember 2016 when I got my first call, got my first invite, got my first check. I had no idea that as a fashion designer, you will be booked and you will be paid for that.
Oh, you also get booked as a fashion designer?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I didn't know that because on my side, it was about you just doing this for passion and all, right? So I remember this one time I was at Braamfontein, then I got a call around 12 o'clock. Then these guys from Midlands and gave me a call. It was like, "Hi, I'm speaking to Avi." I was like, "Yeah, I would love to book you for the Soweto fashion show that we will be doing at Midlands."
Can we have the
Name of?
Of that guy?
I don't remember his name.
Okay.
But it was a Soweto fashion show.
Okay.
It usually takes place at what's the Soweto Theatre, Fashion Theatre.
Okay.
It's a big show. So I was like, the first thing, I was kind of confused. Second, I was like, where did I get my contacts and all that? Then I was like, I mean, I'll get back to you. Oh, because the reason why I said I'll get back to you, he said, can you please also tell me how much do you charge? I was like, charge? Then he said, yeah, how much do you charge? Then I was like, okay, wait, I'll mess up. Then I was like, I'll get back to you. Then then I chilled. Then chilled. Around 5 o'clock, because it was Friday. Around 5 o'clock, he gave me a call again. Okay. So around 5 o'clock, I was in the place, chilling. Gave me a call, and he was like, I've been waiting for your call that you get back to me. Okay. I was like, snap, I forgot. I'm still busy with something. Can I get back to you? I promise I will. Mm-hmm. It was like, okay, cool. I was not busy with anything. Just that I didn't know how to charge. Because I didn't know that we actually have to charge for that. Mm. Then I went to my same brother, the one that I was talking about. Yeah. I was like, hey, I got a call, and these people were asking me how much do I charge, and I don't know that we literally have to charge about this whole thing. It was like, I don't know as well, but just name the price. Mm-hmm. Then I was like to him, but I don't know how people charge. I was like, name the price. I was like, okay, well, first thing, he was like, okay, but we need to build this whole thing up, right? Mm-hmm. Then we kind of like went to Google. Okay. Google is your best friend, trust me. Yeah. Then we went to Google. Then they kind of like break down the cost. They'll be like, okay, there's transport fee, there's showcasing fee, there's a fee to kind of like unlock your clothes to be used there on that day. And if probably there are any damages, that certain fee will cover them. But if there are no any damages, still you keep that fee. Mm-hmm. Then now there's fee for refreshments and all that. Mm-hmm. Then you actually cover up this whole thing. Then you sum it up to them. Mm-hmm. Then I gave that guy a call. I was like, how big is your event? Mm-hmm. And number of attendance that you're expecting, number of models who will be on the runway, who will also be wearing our garments and all that. Mm-hmm. And he told me the whole details in that. Mm-hmm. Then I was like, okay, I'll send you the final, invoice, our rate cut. It was like, okay, cool, I would expect that. Then we did all the calculations and all that. We sent it.
How much did you charge?
First time, it was, I think, like 1.2. Yeah. Then that guy within like 15 minutes, I got a notification that he paid, right? Okay. Then I was like, then when I got there, it was like, okay, I could literally see familiar faces and all that. Because on my side, I was not really familiar with local brands and all that. You just got the local brands, but I was not familiar with them because I didn't start this whole thing because I saw one from who, or do you understand? Mm-hmm. I just started in a sense of trying to build up a bit of like a recognition so I can be able to take my work and sell it to retailers, corporates like AdGo, TFGs and all that. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know local brands and all that. So when I go to Soweto, there are a lot of them. Then you'll be like, but I know this guy, maybe probably know him from Scandal. Yeah, I know this guy, probably know him. Do you understand those type of things? Mm-hmm. So that's why I started to kind of like build networking and share more content, and also kind of like got recognition that I never thought I would get. And I remember after that show, and I kind of like disclose how much I got for my rate card, and niggas will be like, man, looking at your work and also looking at our work as well, what you charging, it's nothing. We're also not charging that, but if we can be honest and realistic, we are the one who's supposed to charge that. Probably go and get someone who can talk to and someone who can literally advise you on how to work on finances and all that. Then you'll be able to make more money. Then speaking of family, okay, I believe more in family Like I believe more in bringing family into my businesses and all that. So I spoke to my sister because she was doing this accounting things and all that. But she was working that time. Then I was like, "Can you please manage me?" And then she was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah." Then that's how we work. You will take your piece for admin, then also leave whatever's outstanding for the corporate to be sustained and all that. And then she was like, "Okay, but you need to register your company and all that." I was like, that's another work again, because I was just running solo, not registered and all that. And I think the time that I started registering my company, probably I kind of like went to 40 or 30 something gigs paid, right? So I kind of like registered my company after the whole thing. So now I was kind of like reintroduced to the SARS admin that you need to find every year and all that. So for me, there was too much. So I just like, just help me with this whole thing. Then we started changing our rate card and all that. Then that's where, fortunate enough, we started to also be recognized and the media industry. Then that's where I also met the lady called Majosi, who also introduced me to lot of people in the industry. Majosi, yeah. She introduced me to a lot of people in the industry. Then also introduced me to uMqhele, and he really vibed with what I was doing, and he also referred me to his Okis, and also I got like a lot of those during the time, and that's where this whole headline thing was starting to move well for me on my side as well. And I was kind of excited, but I was not really into this people thing, fame thing, and all that. But I got to a point where I have to be in people's eyes all the time. I have to socialize with people, engage with people, and all that. Because I was kind of like an antisocial guy, but I had to be there and build up my confidence as well. So remember this one time on Facebook, there was a bit of a huge agreement that took place about headline. Some people from Soweto were like, headline belongs to Soweto. Some people from Tembisa were like, nah, this is our boy. And headline belongs to Ivory Park, Tembisa side, and all that. East Rand vibes. And here I was in the middle, stuck. And now I'm looking at the sales. Right? I'm getting most of sales in Soweto, Braamfontein, Newtown, Maboneng, and he's East Rand claiming me that I'm there, right? And I had to be honest with all that. Then here I was, said, I'm from Ivory Park, and that's where I grew up. That's who I am, and I started this whole company thing, headline thing at Soweto, right? But the person who I am at that's where I'm from, this is my background. Then also kind of claim the headline belongs to East Rand if it has to be categorized. Right? It belongs to Ivory Park. Then I kind of lost clients, lost customers from Soweto side. Because of that. Because of kind of like switching this whole business thing. Because one thing about Soweto people, it's like they believe in their people. They support 100% to their artist, despite of whatever you bring on table. But as long as it's solid, it's 100%, they will be 100% behind you. And during the time, looking at the gigs that I was getting, paid gigs, They were from Newtown, Brampton, Soweto, right? And remember this one time I was seeing, I was like, I've messed up big time. And I think on the same week, we during the time it was around September time, from like, and oh, I think it was August, yeah. We are approaching September because we were already planning on September tours and all that. And on our plan list, we only had new, what's this, designs to drop, because I kind of made an oath that from now on, I will drop new designs every month, three to four, three to four, three to four, three to four,
Every month.
yeah, three to four every month. Because I was looking at what's this, the support that we're getting, the demand that we're getting from people, and also looking at what local brands are doing. And I was like, I need to be the first person to change that whole thing. That a local brand needs to be classified as that one local brand that has that one t-shirt. Sorry, if it's written headline like this, that means 200 t-shirts that I'm gonna sell. They will all be printed like this, written like this, just in different colors and all that.
Okay.
Then I was like, I want to change that. So just give me 6 months. Each and every month, I'll drop 3 to 4 designs. 3 to 4 designs. Then I did that whole thing. So during that process, I also introduced to tailors and all that. So I was like, okay, now I think I gotta tailor some food stuff from scratch, because I need to show appreciation to people, because they need to support me. So I wouldn't complain that I have enough. Sorry, I have less money now to do this. Since I have this, let me just take the whole bag that I'm getting and put it in production and all that. So that's how I started, like the whole thing, and it kind of built a huge change. And that's why I started also getting more gigs in Israel. So now the tricky part is that I charge, and they need me for free. And
you charge, they need you for free.
yeah, that's like they say, we got your numbers from socials. Would love to invite you in one of our what's the summer gig that we'll be doing, for instance.
Okay.
Then I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. Then I'll ask those questions that I usually ask to people: attendance, how big is your space, and all that. How far is it's an event from? I'm counting from where I'm staying.
Yes.
Right. Then that's where I'll send you the rate card. Then people are like, no, you're expensive. We need you for free. Why you're the only one who you need to charge us? Because people don't literally charge us for that. Then I was like, but I'm not them.
Okay.
Then there was a back and forth type of thing, but I got to a point where I ended up getting gigs. People were willing to kind of see me there, then they would literally pay. Then I got to a point where in a day I'm getting 43 gigs. Then now I need to split them amongst my team, right? Then looking at, let's say I'm looking at Tembisa, for instance, Ivory Park. I'm like, okay, we have one in Ivory Park, then we have another one in Pretoria, then we have another one in Val, for instance. Then I'll go to the one that's at Val, because I need to engage with people, and I need to make sure that I influence people to believe in headline, because people from my side, they already do. Then I'll literally ask someone from my team, like, okay, you guys go to the hood, right? Then when they get there, I get a complaint again. They be like, nah, we paid and you're not here. They were like, but the stuff is there. What exactly do you need?
They want to see you.
Then I was like, okay, wait, that's a problem now. Because my main focus was to build the brand itself, to represent itself, to sell itself. Do you understand? Not me to represent the brand and all that. Because I feel like that's where I kind of like miss it. Because I was also too attached to the brand, like too attached to a brand in a way that if they see it like most of, they should see AB as well. But if they see headline, they don't see AB, probably will get a text of like, is this real? Are these your people? Do you understand? Because there was this point where I think they also did with other brands as well, where you literally get people printing people's stuff and selling it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah. Then that's where I kind of like introduced, also went back to the drawing board, and I introduced a system of locking your artworks,
Okay.
right? Locking your artworks in a way that if you can print headline and I can print headline as well, it won't look the same. Because I lock what's this? I lock my phones, I lock my alphabets, I lock my letters and all that.
How do you do that?
That's a system. If, for instance, if now you can take a branded T-shirt from Nike, right?
Yeah.
Then you take a branded T-shirt from Small Street. Then you put them like this. You can be able to say, nah, this one is from Small Street. This one is from.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I stopped. I started printing the whole thing for myself.
Mm.
Do you understand? Yeah, that's the way I started. I was like, okay, now I need to print my whole things alone. Do you understand? I shouldn't literally outsource things. Probably the only thing that I can outsource can be a fabric. That's all. But printing, I need to be responsible for that. So it was for me to kind of like build that cult, build that thing that now I need to lock it because I need each and every cent. Because if I don't lock it, I will lose. So yeah, that's how it got there.
All right. Do you have favorite fashion designers?
Snap.
Do you have?
I always take that question as if someone is asking me, do you have any celebrity crush? And I'm like, no, I don't.
Okay, so you don't have favorite fashion designers?
No, I don't.
Why don't you have? You don't have anyone that inspires you?
I do.
Who's that? And why?
They are not literally fashion designers per se, but the person that I used to look up to, it was uMqhele a lot, because whenever probably he's dressed up to something, I could literally kind of like turn whatever he's dressing to headline things. I don't know if it does make sense. Whenever probably I'm looking at him dressing something, I was like, if I can design something quite similar like that one, I can make cash.
Okay.
Do you understand? Yeah, not literally specific a certain clothing brand but yeah, those type of things. No, I don't. Based on that, I don't. Because I believe that if you tend to have a bit of like a role model, you will literally tend to walk on their shoes, walk on their steps, duplicating whatever they do. So that's what I'm scared of. Okay. Looking at a certain fashion designers or clothing lines and be like, I want to be like them. They now end up doing whatever moves they are doing. Do you understand? So that's what I'm scared of. Like I've been scared of duplicating my work since from day one. Yeah.
Do you wish to collaborate with someone?
Yeah, I do, but it's been my dream to collaborate with that corporate. It's Coke, like Coca-Cola. It's been my dream to collaborate with Coca-Cola, to collaborate with Red Bull, to collaborate with at Sprite. So those are the only corporates I would literally wish to collaborate. Yeah, but looking at fashion designers and all that, none. I've never got to a point where I'm like, I wish to collaborate with this guy, collaborate with these people. No, I've never got to that point. Okay. Because I do believe that I can make a huge impact. I can collaborate with those people, because I did collaborate with a couple of people. So I remember this one time I was working more close with Ambitious and all that. I did a collaboration with African Trap Movement, and I also did a collaboration with Gigi Lamayne on her project.
Gigi Lamayne.
Yeah. Then speaking of him, I never got to a business side with someone like her. Someone
Okay.
who'd literally do something that I would also ask myself, with age, lo muntu lo uzo-expectani in return and all that. Because that kind of scares me as well. I understand. With okay, wait. Lo muntu ikhona into ozoyifuna. Because I remember we did a collaboration with her and we sold more than 200 t-shirts. And yeah. And 70% of them, she's the one who sold them direct. Right? And all that money she gave it to me.
Really?
All that money. Each shirt was costing 200 pounds. So you can say maybe 200 times 220 for those things. She gave me all that money. Now, well, listen to us. I just want to see growth to you. I just want to see change in your life. You understand? I've never called you and you never answered. I've never needed you and you never answered. So I just want to show love to you. So
Okay.
she's been that person. And yesterday she also dropped a project says come outside. We try to appreciate that people do support her as well.
So, Mama needed ithuba ukuthi wenze something else besides fashion design. What else can you do? Keep on fashion design.
Yeah.
What else can you do besides that?
I feel like if they could literally take that out from these plans or in my mind and like do something different, I do believe that the only change that I can do is to bring change into people's life and in making people literally believe more in themselves and people to find who they are. Because I've kind of like met a lot of people who've been in the industry before I was even there, but who were able to kind of like find themselves whenever they meet with me, who will be able to grow their businesses whenever they meet with me. So I believe that I can strongly bring positive impact to people's lives, basically. Because I'm able to make you pick up who you really are. If you're kind of struggling with coming up with creative ideas and all, I'm always there to brighten up that day, to make you believe more in yourself. So, yeah, I think I can do that.
You sound like a motivational speaker.
No.
Didn't you love that?
Nah.
You should try it.
How much should I trust?
I don't know.
But no, I'm not. But I can consider that if I can know how much to recharge.
You need to do your research. But
Yeah. If I can know how much to recharge,
listen to
then
you.
I can.
I will listen to you. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Currently, I'm kind of like focusing more on family than business side type of thing. Because that whole journey kind of like taught me that there's more to live than actually focusing on money and focusing on fame, focusing on always being out there with people and all that. So now I'm kind of like focusing more on family and building my family, my small family, and growing with them and making sure that day to day I do provide for them and I do make them see the reason of being alive and they see a reason of having a dad in their presence.
You have a family. Are you married?
I'll be getting married this December 8th.
Huh?
Yeah.
You'll be getting married.
Yeah, I
Please invite me. Okay, congratulations. That's good. Your partner is
two
supporting
daughters.
everything. Did you hear?
You said
Is your partner supporting
She is.
everything? And she
Yeah, she
understands you?
she met me doing this whole thing,
Oh,
and
okay.
She's been with me through the ups and downs, in the down. She was there. So yeah.
How long have you been together?
7 years now.
7 years.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, what would you like to say to her if she's watching?
Never change and stay the way you are and keep on respecting me. Go from.
Alright guys, so we're still here at S Continue Chill Out. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button on our channel. AB, we are so happy to have you. We have youngsters out there, someone who's watching and who's looking at you saying, you know what, I would love to be like that guy. I would love to walk in that man's shoes. What would you say, like an advice for someone who's young, starting a journey of being a fashion designer?
How young though?
Maybe
In the teens, yeah. Okay.
18. Yeah.
The first thing that I would say, and I'll be honest with you, because I do believe that what also built me as an individual is to always respect your parents, always believe in your family, and always making sure that each and every decision that you take as an individual, you should consider that it might have a negative impact in future. Never lose hope and all that, but make sure that all the time you listen to your parents. Then whenever you're starting to go out there to the world and see all the glitz and glam things that you always dream about as an individual, you should always think about where you come from in order for you not to change. So how do you treat all that individual person, that young guy, that young lady who's in their teens, that get a self-reflection, just get in the room, think as an individual, what is it that you want? If you really want to do this fashion thing because of fame, then my sister or my brother, just think of something else and consider the thing and not the fashion thing, because this whole fashion things and all that, it comes with a lot of consequences, to be honest. There's sleepless nights, there's tears, there's drama, there's hatred, like it's a lot, to be honest. So you gotta be strong and focus on yourself and what you believe on as an individual. Because we living in a cruel world and beautiful at the same time. So if you just focus, trust me, you won't even last, because you will get, or you'll be attracted by what's on your mind, but not the main goal that you want. Because people don't mind buying free alcohol for you, buying free cigarettes for you, giving you free rides and all that. But what's your main focus? What's your main focus? Because we all get those kind of texts, like, come and do your stuff, but I'll give you free alcohol, I'll give you free ride, I'll give you free honey's to chill. You understand? But will those honey's bring you cash in your pocket? No, they don't.
Okay. Athi sibuze kancane la. So siyakuzwa ukhuluma ne-fame. So during a peak of fame, because we know I'm a celebrity, anokushaya kakhulu yabo. The question is, at the time of being famous, what affected kanjani? And wazuza kanjani futhi from the fame?
As an individual, looking at myself as an individual,
Sure.
Despite of what headline brought for me, because I do, even as I'm sitting there, that's headline, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere where I go, that's headline. So I kind of like pay myself with headline like, the whole time. So that's why I'm saying, despite of headline, right? I'm trying to pull that out a bit, because headline kind of like brought so much fame to me in a way that I didn't even expect it, and was not even expecting to kind of like get that grow grows in a short period of time. So I've got to a point where I can say how it worked for me. It worked for me to also make cash separate despite of headline. I would literally get cash just to show for our parents. People literally looking to, we're doing something, can you please show up? Then I'll get paid for that, right? And we need you to talk. So I literally get paid. So I'm working on this project. Can you be able to help me? So I'll also get paid for that. Do you understand? And I'll literally get someone say, can you please do that something for me? I'll get paid for it. So that's how it literally worked for me day to day. And I've also misused that whole fame thing with spending more time entertaining girls and all that, because they were there in my eyes, they were there in the space, they were there, and whenever I'm trying to talk, you understand? So that's how I kind of like misuse the fame, because I would literally take advantage of it. So, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, njengoba ngisathi ukuthi ama-celebrity anokushaya kakhulu. Ngelanga ngesikhathi sakho se-fame washaya osisi abaningi.
But guys, I wouldn't let them go to if you're streaming this thing, we'll be watching their age.
Yes, that's a past, right?
And another thing, speaking of that, right? The whole time I'm looking at daughters as uMqhele.
Yeah,
Beautiful daughters. Oh, yes. Whenever I'm looking, I'm happy to have them and all that, but the reason why I'm happy is because day to day I tend to think about the things that I used to do when I was understand, playing with the daughters and all that. And as he did mention, you understand, let's say for a day, right? Let's say a day I was able to kind of like rock 3, right? But when I'm looking at my daughters right now, I'm like, I pray day to day. You understand? You can say Google and understand, because I will move something. I'll be honest, I will move something. You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not. That's my past. I'm not gonna run away from it, because even now, let's say, I'm broke. I could literally bump into one. Probably they're walking with their partners, but I'm just looking at them like.
How old are they then?
Who?
Your kids?
No, my kids are still young. One is
Okay.
she 10, 3 months plus 1. Then the other one, she's 1 year, 4 months. They're still young. Yes. Really beautiful.
Okay. Please give us your Instagram handles, your social media handles, so that if anyone wants to book you, they can get home. How can they get you?
I can just give out our business WhatsApp number. So that makes life easier.
Okay.
At 0748034461. Then on Instagram, it's headline_clothing. SA. Then on Facebook, it's headline jeans. Then we have a page as well, that's headline clothing. That's it.
Alright, guys.
We're speaking of booking headline, right?
Yes, booking headlines only.
Yeah.
That's all you get. Oh, you want to give more?
No, it's fine. No.
Okay.
Okay, no. Angazi noma sayivala umphathi la. Just ufuna ukubuza ama-question ayifona.
Okay.
What's on your mind? Like I'll just quote four names and you just tell me what's on your mind when you hear about this name. So igama lokuqala
What's on my mind when I'm thinking about trip?
yes.
I'm thinking about Likau.
Yeah. What about the car? What's happening? Behind it, just ukuthi nje statement in
Okay. Speaking
It
of.
can be the current affairs.
No.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking about Ligao trip, let me just put it that way. I'm thinking about someone who I kind of hate it to say it like this, because some people might laugh as well, right? But I'm thinking of someone who kind of like made it in a short period of time. So he kind of like reminds me of how I started and how things kind of like turned out for me, because I also made it in a short period of time.
Yeah.
The only difference is that he made millions and I never made millions. I only made quarter million. That's the only difference. But whenever I'm thinking of him, I'm thinking of a guy who made it in a short period of time, and that's a really positive thing. That's a really huge thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh?
And he really does bring, a positive impact towards people who are into businesses, despite of any business that you run. But he does bring up a positive impact.
Oh, okay, I know. So then I'm waiting at your father trip. What's your say on that? Because that we are colored and all of that.
To be honest, we can also look at white, né? Looking at ShopRite, MTN. They also do all, just that the only difference is that those ones are white private sectors owned, right? So that's how I view it personally. If government was willing to help you, they would have done that. Because this guy, remember one, he has a lot of outlets. A lot of South Africans are depending on him right now. You understand? He's feeding like a lot of households like that. And he also does a bit of like initiations, a bit of like what's those NPOs, right? He does for people, just that we will never be grateful. People will never be grateful. That's the whole thing about it. People will never be grateful. So the government, we are now, should have just stepped in and rescued him. Or any other black folks should just step in and help him. Because I know the pain of falling down. Like I've been there. I know the pain of falling down. And got to a point where you're looking how many people you have, and none of them is willing to answer the call. That's why I believe more in family than in people and all that. People will always be there to talk, and people will always to be there to only stay with you whenever they benefit. But once they've done all that, they die. Yeah.
Okay, the second name is Chris Brown.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what comes to your mind? Even now the show us over now what to say.
Okay. Thinking of Chris Brown as something else that us as Africans and South Africans we should also look at, right? With whatever. It also kind of touches back to that thing. Chris Brown is classified as an American black, as a black American, right?
Yeah.
Black American. But he's not really an African. Let's just be honest and all, right?
Yeah.
And South African people will always support international things. Do you understand? And despite of what Burna Boy did and also disrespecting South Africans and all that, but look what they did to him. We're supposed to do a fill-up at FNB.
Yeah.
But there was a Twitter motion, right, that took place. Then he had to cancel his event because people were running motive that will never support a Nigerian. Right. Then now there is Chris Brown in 2 days. He made a sold out. And if you're looking at his price tickets, they're beating around because I have a colleague that I'm working with. She bought a ticket. One cost 5,000.
Yo.
Right. Then you gotta like chill down and like come to your senses. Are we really supporting Africans? Are we really supporting each other? Are we really supporting South Africans? No, we're not.
As we are speaking about that, I'm going to my cards. We are Canada. I'm at the track our tail.
Do you understand?
What is
And it's just there's a Peter Mugabe stadium, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was supposed to be, you understand? People are not supporting it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
people support. One thing for South Africa.
We love you, Makhadzi.
I'm not just telling you. If people kind of like attack me, they do that, okay. But we only tend to vibe with you when we are at the top. right? You see, who's this lady? I can forget that kind of lady at the water lady.
A lady.
From the Park. Who's that lady?
Oh.
Tyler.
Oh yeah, Tyler.
Oh,
Water.
Yeah, everyone's vibing with her.
Water.
She's there right now, right?
Yeah.
That's what South Africans are. If you never talk, they will vibe with you. They were vibing with the guy, right? They were vibing with him. But now because he's in this ish, none of them can help. Even government was vibing with him because government would literally benefit from him as well. We will also benefit from government as well, unfortunately. But now they're not willing to help him. So saying of like Makhadzi, she won what's the BET award.
Yeah.
She never got any cent from art and culture. Right? But Tyler got her share from art and culture.
Yeah, Linda, but what
You
causes
understand? That's because South Africans take advantage of it. That's how our government is. That's how our government is. So that's life.
Okay, then the second last question now. What comes to your mind? Mafia Kamalala, uMqhele.
To be honest, I'm not sure.
Oh, you forgot it. You used to.
Damn. Oh, okay. Oh, just the high school mates.
Just the high school days.
Yeah. Is that the same person that I'm thinking about, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a high school mate.
Oh, you've headed it up.
Yeah.
And lastly, what comes to your mind?
She's an ex that I wouldn't really talk bad about, but she's a cool person and she's always touching with her. She's the only person who also did pay me a visit during the difficult time of life and the time that I was going through hospital and all that. She's the only person who did show up. So yeah.
So you are still in contact?
Currently, no, we're not. We kind of like stopped talking, I think, after that hospital type of thing.
And then that time, where was your current partner?
She was there.
Oh.
Yeah, she's been there.
So she allowed her to come and visit?
No, she didn't see her. She was not there.
So where you want to be there?
Yeah, I'm shady. I'm shady. I'm being honest. I'm shady. I'm shady. I'm being honest.
uMqhele, you were Jay-Z and Beyonce. You and
Yeah, life happened.
Oh.
I moved and I left. Right. Then
Distance was an issue. Or?
not really because I wasn't that far, but I hate saying I've messed up. It doesn't really messed up, but right? Because I got to environment where now I'm seeing a lot of beautiful hands and all that. Then I'm gonna understand. Then so I became more happy and free and compared to previous ones. So yeah, that's how it happens.
Okay. We are so happy to have you, Abby. Thank you for everything. Okay, guys, this is Salabu Escodini Chill Out Shooting with Abby. This is the Martina Podcast. Please follow our YouTube channel, subscribe, don't forget to click that like